Hello everybody, thank you for joining us and welcome to this Zero Document Stage virtual training recap video. The virtual hands-on sessions were two and a half hours, therefore we didn't record any of them. Instead we're making this much shorter summarizing video to help you go through the exercises at your own pace. We also thought that people may be tired of watching a talking head in front of a virtual background and figured, let's do the video in a different setting. And here we are. Let's get started. I'm Paavo Rantanen, OEM consulting engineer, providing technical expertise on the Autodesk developer products exclusively offered by TechSoft 3D. To be able to do the exercises, go to developer.techsoft3d.com, the AutoCAD OEM section, training. Here you can find this video, download a PDF of the PowerPoint slides, as well as exercises for AutoCAD OEM 2019 and 2020 or 2021. As you know, AutoCAD OEM is a developer platform that is used to create a customized standalone CAD product based on AutoCAD technology. You can make use of this technology to create a unique application serving a specific market under your own name and branding. With AutoCAD OEM, you're in complete control of the product, not just the look and feel, available feature set, but also the complete workflow and behavior for the end user interaction. Writing a plugin for vanilla AutoCAD means that it will operate in a host environment that is not only designed and controlled by someone else. You will have to run in a workspace where the user can configure and change pretty much anything. Moreover, you will have to coexist with other third-party plugins that have their own settings for the entire CAD system. Anything from startup sequence, file paths, menus, list variables, system variables, templates, locations, and naming may lead to conflicts or that your custom features are not behaving as expected. This is not the case in AutoCAD OEM, and that is what this hands-on class is all about. In many cases, your users will have external dependencies that will impact the CAD design stage. These may be an external database, project configuration, user configuration, or something that can't be brought into traditional AutoCAD. Normally, these need to be configured using external resources and done before launching CAD design tool. Using the AutoCAD OEM platform, you can integrate this process within your CAD product, meaning that the user just needs to use one application and do all the configuration and design work in the same environment. This is what we will be covering in today's class. I'm not going to read them out loud. I'm just going to the next slide. In AutoCAD OEM 2015, the variable new tab mode was introduced. It has been renamed to Start Mode, and it controls the Start tab window. This is the appearance for Start Mode default value 1. Another system variable that is critical for our task is the Start Up variable. It controls what is displayed when the application is started, or when a drawing is created or opened. And this is what it looks like when the start mode variable has the default value 1. The behavior and options depend on the value of the start up variable. That is left as an exercise for the viewer to play around with the different values. This is what it looks like when start mode value is 0. This is in combination with startup 2 or 3. Otherwise, you'll get an empty drawing or open drawing dialog box. Notice that in this exercise, we're relying on the ribbon being initialized. Thus, startup value needs to be 3, which is the default value. Now let's go to the Make Wizard, create a project. I'm going to name my project 0. In the next tab, we're entering product and company names. I'm going to call the product 0 CAD. And I'm going to call the product, the company 0 Corp. In the next tab, we need to look up those system variables that we talked about before, startup and start mode, and we need to hide them from the user. Meaning when we select them, we choose to have them in internal mode. This means the command or variable will not be available for the end user on the command line, but it will be available for us internally and for our runtime DLLs. And then we go to the Build tab and just build all. There we go. And then we just run the application and we confirm that these variables are in fact not available for the end user. Next step is to go to the registry and look up the registry values for these variables, especially the start mode. We select start mode and right-click Export Key. So we save that in a location of your own choice. Then we open the reg file, edit the value to 0 as we want it to be, save, and run. Note that the Make Wizard changes these values back to default on a complete build. Once you adjusted the value and create a deployment, the Install Wizard will read the values that are currently assigned in the registry local machine tree. You can also edit the values in the built MSI. Now we run and confirm. Now run the 0 CAD application and confirm that we are indeed in 0 doc state. Now that we have confirmed that the 0 doc state is entered, we need to add something custom. Open the 0 doc sample in Visual Studio and look at the code. It's a standard iExtension application. In the initialize function, we're adding an event handler for the application menu, the big A menu. And we remove it in terminate. This is a utility function for placing an icon. Remember, it will look for the icon in the support folder. And this is the handler for the application menu opening. And you see we add a custom command in there called 0 doc command, and we attach an image to the command. And there's a command handler for 0 doc command, and if we go down to that one, we see it will just show a message box. So let's build this. Go back to Make Wizard. Add the DLL. Needs to be bind managed mode since it's a managed DLL. Also add the icon available from the dev zone. Just copy file and make sure you place it in the support folder. Then to your module settings tab. We don't have any commands. We need a logical application name, so I'm just copying the namespace for our DLL, and we need load control value 2 to load at startup, and then build all. That's it. And before we go on, we need to reset the register value. We'll do that. And now we can run. And if we open the application menu, we can confirm that we have a custom command in there called zero-doc command. And it just shows a message box. So all of these slides that I'm showing here, they are available on our dev zone as PDF for you to use when you go through the exercises at your own pace. And that was part 1 of this class. Let's dive right into part 2 and see if we can actually do something useful with this. This is what we ended up with after part 1. The custom command on the application menu during zero-doc state. For this exercise, we need to download the exercise part 2 from the developer zone and open it using Visual Studio. You can see in the Solution Explorer that we have introduced some UI elements, a modal form, and a modeless dialog. Looking at the code, we see the initialization of the modeless form, which is added to a standard AutoCAD palette set, inheriting the behavior and features like docking and sizing and all that comes with the framework. We add a button and a list box item, and in the handler of the button we fill the list with all Wi-Fi networks we can detect. Looking at the code again, we have the same stuff for the application menu, except we remove some of the standard stuff in there. For example, we don't want the user to have the option to create new drawings, only work with existing ones, so we remove the new drawing command from the application menu. As you see, we also remove it from the quick access toolbar. This is really just to show that you can remove also standard items this way. If we look at the command handler for the zero-doc command that we added to the application menu, what used to be just a message box, we now see that we have a modal form that we call. I will not explain any details here. We'll run it later anyway. So let's just build a sample application. If we then look at the project properties, we notice that the output assembly name is zero-doc user input.dll, just as the previous exercise. There's a reason for that, as you will see very soon. Going to the Make wizard, we can simply replace the location of the managed DLL. This is very handy to do if you switch between debug and release versions of your runtimes. Copy the location from Windows Explorer and put it there. This is handy because if we remove the previous DLL and add the new one, we will have to supply the Your Module settings data again, either by typing them in again or read them from a location where we have stored them. This will save you some time when switching from debug to release on 20, 50 or 100 runtimes. We need to add the reference DLL that scans for wireless networks. It can be found in the zero-doc user input part 2 project folder. Copy file is fine since this doesn't reference any Object ARX DLLs. And then we'll reset the registry. And let's run the ZeroCAD application. If your Wi-Fi adapter is turned on, you will see this palette that provides modeless user interaction in zero document state. If we run the ZeroDoc command from the application menu, we can confirm that we provide modal user interaction in zero document state. This is just a silly sample that displays and lets you look at some YouTube videos in a form, typically TechSoft 3D and AutoCAD OEM related videos. As an additional exercise on your own, you can change the startup value to 2 and verify your UI won't display until a drawing is opened when the ribbon menu is initialized. These are the PowerPoint slides that describe each step in part 2. They are also available as PDF from our developer zone, and you are welcome to send any questions or comments to me directly at pavo@techsoft3d.com. Thank you for viewing. We hope to see you in future virtual trainings, and when things are back to normal, we hope you will attend one of our on-site training classes held a couple of times yearly in various US and European locations. Whoa! Giant snipe!